Yes, I would start with Katch Ononuju. Again, Katch, you can now unmute yourself. You've had the submissions made by Professor Femi Olufemilade and Val Ozibo. So I don't know if you have further input to make. Thank God.
Yes, I am happy to hear Professor Femi speak, and I'm also very happy that he has expressed his disappointments in regards to the baby that he helped to give birth to. But I will simply put that we are humans, and that we now need to come together. I've always preached for a pan-Nigerian consensus. It is us and Professor Femi that will build that pan-Nigerian consensus and be able to save our democracy, save our country, and save sub-Saharan Africa. Because as I have seen it, we are at a place where we historically have never been before. And for me, I'm very excited about this place. And that's why I keep telling people, this is the best time to be a Nigerian. Why? We have now gotten to a place where for the first time since the amalgamation by the British, we now have an avalanche of awareness suddenly available in our country. And this strength of awareness we have is what I believe we should use to sensitize those who are not yet sensitized, and then come together to fix our country. It is a shame that we are regarded on earth as a country with the largest concentration of children without access to formal education. If me and the Professor Femi can come together, I'm sure we can forget about the past, keep competitions aside on the tribal front, and then be able to save Nigeria. I think the Southeast, the Southwest must work together to save our country. No other time could we come to where we are right now. That's why I say, no matter what it is, that we say we must find the glimmer of hope in Buhari's incompetence in handling our diversity and also the foolishness of the policies. I do not believe anything will change because we've seen it all. Professor Semi and Co. were abandoned, and instead the president embraced the agenda of the Miyetti Allah. And I think we should simply admit, yes, we've been hard, and we should then plan for a better strategy next time if we are on to build a country. Because right now, we do not yet have a nation. What we have is a country respected for its contiguous borders, but we do not yet have a Nigeria that is a nation. I am very optimistic about tomorrow. I am also very happy that both my people and those in the Southwest are not happy at the sudden turn of their investments. I believe very much that there is a lot that we stand to gain if we're able to make Nigeria into a nation that we all can believe that this nation does work towards meeting our aspirations. I am very optimistic about that, and I believe that will come true. But for that to work, I need to work with Professor Femi. Now that he has seen that his bet did not win anything, he made a mistake. And of course, I'm willing to forgive and say we are brothers and let us work together for the sake of bequeathing to the generation unborn a nation that they can be very proud. Our fathers worked well. The first time they didn't get it right in 1960. The second time now that we have this avalanche of awareness, we are able to build a pan-Nigerian consensus and secure the Nigerian nation and stop all this nonsense. I'm happy he said that Amotekun arose out of a need to embrace self-help. Well, I'm also telling him it's also the same thing I've seen in Taraba, in Benue, in Plateau, in Kogi, and of course in the Southeast. where you have leaders who, for their own private selfish intentions, are willing to mortgage the security of the entire region. For me, that is the most serious problem right now. The economics will fall in. We've already seen that we can do very well economically. And I also am not happy that we have a lady prancing about just trying to speak so much grammar so as to be able to be allowed to steal so much money at the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. But I'm very optimistic that we'll get it right, even though we have now seen the mistakes involved in our poor judgments. I believe that we should come together. And in this case, I mean, the working together by the Southwest and the Southeast holds the key to fixing the Nigerian project. And from that, fixing the sub-region. Because those that Professor Femi has trusted are really not interested in Nigeria, premised upon a nation that looks after the aspirations of all. No, they seek Nigeria on their own terms. They seek Nigeria where subjugation will be what it is. And I come from a place where my people do not accept subjugation. And that's from all I have tried to study through the 60s has been my people's main offense. They refuse to acquiesce to subjugation. And that's that. So I believe that it's good we've come to where we've come to. And those who have made mistakes have recognized that, yes, they had very poor judgments. And then let us sit down now and work together to actually bet that Nigerian nation that our fathers originally intended that should be the right course for us all to pursue.
Okay.
I believe that is doable. I believe that is possible. I am very optimistic that we will do that if the leaders of the Southwest and leaders of the Southeast come together, as it is inevitably, because for the Southwest to, on their own, without prudence, to set purpose toward formation of a multi-kun, which Professor Femi agreed to me, is a result to self-help. Simply means that we who are also challenged by people who speak Bambara and Wolof, not any of the Nigerian languages, would not win. For me, that's what I believe to be the most existential problem Nigeria has, not an economic problem. We have managers who can steer the economy to a better path. I do not think that's an issue. The idea of employing nepotism as a policy of states, for me, I believe that is not an APC policy. I believe it's also a consequence of the hijack of power by President Buhari. And that's why I believe the best that Nigeria can give is very much in front of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Katch.
Thank you very much. Let's take the final comment from Mr. Katch Ononuju, please, and then we proceed to calling it a day.
Thank you very much. First, I will want to tell you despair is not an option. The majority of people in northern Nigeria want restructuring. The Hausas want restructuring. The TV wants restructuring. The Birom want restructuring. The Jukuns want restructuring. The Tangale want restructuring. The Gala, the Brakoto, the Brok, and then want restructuring. The only people who refuse and resist progress are the Fulani, not the Hausa. Please get this properly. You need to also understand the history of the country to understand why this is so. The Fulani are the only people today in the country who historically are not indigenous. They came from Yemen. They were colonial masters over the Hausas until the British defeated them by killing Sultan Atahir in Gombe. After defeating the Arab Confederacy, and of course, exiling Obavanwen and Benin, they took control. Today, we have independence. In the 60s, the British left, the Fulani stayed behind. They don't have plenty population. But of course, what you're seeing right now, fits into that maxim. Every society established through the shedding of blood to maintain control, you must be willing to shed more blood. So that's why you see now we are a democracy. And because the Fulani did not agree to assimilate with the indigenous populations of northern Nigeria, now you're seeing that they are now favored in the democracy. They are really feeling the disruptions that the democracy has brought, that has actually tended to undermine their positions of entitlement. That's why we have this crisis. The problem today you have security-wise and in the political space is not from the north. No, it is only from that singular people, the Fulani. And this is why I said earlier, for us to break this, don't look to the docility of the Hausas and others in the north. If the Igbo and the Yoruba can come together, if the Southwest and the Southeast can come together, our problem will be solved. But of course, when you now talk about it, you consider there are among the Igbos and even among the Yoruba some selfish, self-centered people who do not think about the larger interests of the bigger population, but what they get. We have it today in Igbo land. Somebody, a governor whom I've spoken to face, I said, the history of these people is, the minute they come in, they will be nice to you, they will smile. But that really is a Trojan horse. They get in there today in the state of Ebony. I'm hearing of killings. I see people being raped to death. And I call privately, I said, that man claiming he's from Nasarawa State is not a Nigerian. These are the people Buhari wanted to build Uruga for. Uruga was simple, a settlement for refugees who will come because they had been displaced due to crisis in Mali, crisis in Central African Republic, and those who are living within the wall-off areas of Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, and Mali. These are not Nigerians. There are no Nigerians applying to leave their villages today and go resettle in some hostile communities that own some forest. It doesn't exist. This is where we said, yes, we've made a mistake. Those who made a mistake to bring in Buhari, I agree now you've made a mistake. Let us build a brand new consensus to save Nigeria. These people are not going to give up power easily. I said earlier, power never concedes easily. It never has and it never will. It only will concede when you make a demand. Instead of giving you 20 that you're asking for, it will tell you, okay, I'll give you 10, I'll give you 15. So if you are afraid of what will happen when you protest, you're not going to get it. Because why? No country gets well without a struggle. Look at the Irish struggle. As a student in the United Kingdom, I learned about the St. Patrick's Day simply because I was having some Irish friends. Today, the Nigerian problem has been given an international perspective, and I believe that should sustain. The only way you gain your way is to put pressure. And that pressure only comes when you organize to protest. But more than protesting, I am very happy that the people, our brothers from the Southwest, have seen why you cannot trust the Fulani. Let us now work together. It is the only way, nothing else. I am currently, as I'm speaking to you, I'm working with President Obasanjo. He does believe that, yes, some of them made mistakes. Yes, he made a mistake. Some of them were sold on stories of one Nigeria. But then, those who were saying one Nigeria didn't mean one Nigeria. Today, we've seen it. Buhari doesn't believe in Nigeria. If not, why will he be inviting people from Mali and try to put them into bushes across the country? There are no Nigerians from Sokoto, Katsina, Zamfara, or Kano applying to be moved from their homes and to be placed in forests in very hostile communities. It doesn't exist. These are refugees. The reasons Why nobody in the APC has found the courage to challenge Buhari in this, I do not know. But I understand that the Southwest people who engaged them in constructive engagement saw this, and that's why they formed a moticum in reaction. But we must go beyond rhetoric and set purpose towards real actions. If, and I repeat, the Southwest is able to bring itself down and go into alliance with the Southeast, because already what I'm telling people when they ask me, what do you think about 2023? I say, no, no, no. Buhari has done 8 years of the turn of the North. It now has to come to the South. If you like, let it go to Benin. If you like, let it go to Uzakale. If you like, let it go to Okitipupa. It has to come to the South. And that's the mindset I have. So we in the South must first and foremost sit down and recognize that those who have taken advantage because of their control of the army under dictatorship to write decrees in a way that gives them all the advantage and forced us to also agree to take those decrees at Decree 24, committing them to become a constitution, they will not have the last laugh. No?
Mr. Ononuju.
They will not have the last laugh.
Mr.
We must
Ononuju.
come together now that we've seen that we've made a mistake to chart a new path for our people. It is the only way to save our country, save our democracy, and set sub-Saharan Africa on its true path to greatness.
Thank you very
If the
much.
Southeast and the Southwest do not come together, we're not going to make any progress. We've seen everything. We've checked all the places that we want to go to. The next thing remaining for us now is cooperation amongst our people in order to impart that nation that we seek to the generations unborn. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ononuju, for your passionate delivery.